Welcome back to the channel where we hunt down the smartest workshop upgrades you can actually buy today. In 91 cool woodworking tools. On Amazon, Wood Tools for Woodworkers, you will see hard-working tools, clever accessories, and inventive gadgets built to sharpen your accuracy, speed up your builds, and elevate your craftsmanship. From next-level cutting helpers and measuring tools to handy little workshop must-haves, this collection has something for every type of woodworker. Number 1. HAUTMEC Miter Box Clamp. Anyone who has fought a wobbly board mid-cut will instantly see the value of the HAUTMEC Miter Box Clamp. This little helper grips your material tight so your hands stay free and your cuts come out clean. It is great for molding work, hobby builds, or any small DIY task where one slip ruins the piece. The design is straightforward, built tough, and ideal for beginners chasing crisp, polished results without buying a whole new setup. Number 2. Rockler Drawer Install. Clamps drawer installation can go sideways fast when alignment is even a hair off, and that is exactly where the Rockler Drawer Install clamps shine. They lock your drawer box in the exact position you need while you drive screws or set hardware. That means less fiddling, less redoing, and a smoother build overall. If you build cabinets or furniture by yourself, these clamps act like a quiet second pair of hands, saving real time and boosting your accuracy in a meaningful way. Number 3. Kapro Drywall T-square layout work makes or breaks a project, and the Kapro Drywall T-square is built to give you straight, accurate lines fast. It feels light in your hand, but holds up under regular shop use, so it handles big plywood sheets and drywall panels without drama. The long blade lets you mark cut lines in seconds, which adds up to real time saved on bigger jobs. Beginner or pro, having a trustworthy square nearby keeps your measurements consistent and your cuts dead on. Number 4. VEVOR Pocket Hole. Jig pocket holes are one of the friendliest ways to build strong joints, and the VEVOR Pocket Hole jig makes the whole process feel almost too easy. It positions your drill at the perfect angle, so screws pull boards together tight without splitting them. Whether you are knocking together a quick frame, a small table, or full cabinets, this jig delivers clean, repeatable results even on day one. It is adjustable, intuitive, and a no-fuss addition for any home workshop. Number 5. Ruitool Cabinet Door. Cabinet doors leave no room for sloppy work, and this Ruitool helper takes a lot of the stress out of the process. It assists with alignment and installation, so your doors hang level and swing the way they should. That means less back and forth on the screwdriver and a lot less frustration mid-build. Whether you are redoing your kitchen or crafting custom cabinetry, the right helper here gives you that clean, professional finish without needing high-end gear or pro-level skill. Number 6. DFM Miter Square Tool. In woodworking, an angle that is off by a hair becomes a gap you can spot from across the room. The DFM Miter Square Tool helps you lock in true, accurate cuts every single time. It is great for picture frames, trim, and any joinery where corners have to meet cleanly. The build feels solid in your hand and gives you dependable readings, which means less material waste and fewer redo sessions. If tighter joints are the goal, this tool earns its spot quickly. Number 7. BOW GuidePRO Featherboard. Safer cuts and cleaner results often come down to consistent pressure, and that is exactly what the BOW GuidePRO Featherboard offers. It pushes your workpiece steadily against the fence as you cut, which cuts down on kickback and keeps your line straight. Setup is quick, adjustment is easy, and it plays nicely with all sorts of table saw and router table arrangements. If you want safer operation paired with cleaner cuts, this featherboard is one of the smartest upgrades you can drop into your shop. Number 8. Fulton Contour Sanding Grips. Sanding flat panels is easy, but the second the surface curves, things get tricky. Fulton Contour Sanding Grips solve that problem by hugging shapes and holding your sandpaper steady on those tough profiles. You get even pressure, better control, and a finish that feels smooth instead of patchy. They work brilliantly on furniture details, carved pieces, and shaped trim. Reaching into tight curves and grooves becomes way less of a battle, and your final surfaces look much closer to a true professional job. Number 9. Lincia Carpenter Pencil Set. A pencil sounds boring, but the right one quietly improves every project you start. The Lincia Carpenter Pencil Set gives you bold, easy-to-read marks, even on rough lumber and plywood. Many of these come with onboard sharpeners or refillable leads, so a sharp tip is never far away. It is a small upgrade with a big payoff, helping you lay out parts faster and slice into your boards with much more confidence. Better marks really do lead to better cuts. Number 10. ALLOYMAN Cordless Reciprocating Saw. For chewing through wood, metal, or full-on demo work, the ALLOYMAN Cordless Reciprocating Saw is a powerful and flexible workhorse. Going cordless means you can move around freely without hunting for an outlet or tripping over a cable. Use it for rough cuts, on-the-fly trimming, or breaking materials down quickly when speed matters more than finesse. Pair it with the right blade, and it handles a surprising mix of jobs, making it a strong pick for DIYers and home improvement projects. Number 11. Ruitool Cabinet Hinge Jig. The Ruitool Cabinet Hinge Jig turns one of the more stressful parts of door work into something almost relaxing. Instead of squinting at marks and praying your bit lands true, this jig walks your drill straight to the right spot. You end up with evenly spaced holes, hinges that line up perfectly, and doors that swing without weird gaps. It is a lifesaver during full kitchen makeovers or any build with lots of cabinets, giving you that clean, pro-installed finish without needing advanced skills. Number 12. ZGJDYSM Heavy Bench. Vise, a serious bench vise, is basically a teammate who never gets tired, and the ZGJDYSM Heavy Bench Vise plays that role brilliantly. Lock your workpiece down, and it stays rock solid while you saw, sand, drill, or chisel. The heavy build absorbs vibration, which gives you more control on tough operations. It is also great for shaping work, awkward angles, and even light metal jobs. Once a real vise like this earns a spot on your bench, working without one starts to feel almost impossible. Number 13. Techfection Square Drill Bits. Tired of round holes for every job? Techfection Square drill bits crack open a whole new lane of joinery. These bits are made to cut square or rectangular openings when used with a mortising attachment or drill press. That means tighter mortise and tenon joints, clean recesses for hardware, and crisper detail work overall. They help your pieces hit that traditional hand-built look with sharp corners and a tidy fit. For anyone leveling up their joinery game, these bits are a fun and genuinely useful addition. Number 14. Manram Cabinet Clamp. Throwing a cabinet or box together solo can feel like wrestling with too many moving parts at once, but the Manram Cabinet Clamp settles things down. It locks your panels at a true 90 degrees while you glue, screw, or nail. That frees up your hands to actually drive fasteners instead of balancing pieces and praying. Your corners pull together tight, and your boxes come out genuinely square. For anyone building alone, it brings consistent, professional results without the usual fight against shifting panels. Number 15. Sacker Scriber Line Ruler. The Sacker Scriber Line Ruler is a small tool with a big roll, marking clean, consistent lines and offsets on tricky surfaces. You dial in your distance, drag it along an edge, and it draws a perfectly repeatable line. It is a hero when you are fitting countertops, trim, or panels against walls that are not exactly straight. It rides the surface and copies the shape directly onto your workpiece. Anyone who has battled an ugly scribe job will see this little ruler as a tiny miracle. Number 16. Electric Multi-Sander. An electric multi-sander is the Swiss Army knife of surface prep. You swap between different pads and shapes, which lets one tool tackle flat panels, tight corners, and shaped details. That cuts down on tool clutter and speeds up your move from rough boards to ready-to-finish surfaces. Refinishing furniture, smoothing fresh joinery, or fine-tuning small parts all become faster jobs. A solid multi-sander quickly turns into one of those tools you grab way more often than expected. Number 17. Populo Electric Staple Gun. The Populo Electric Staple Gun takes the ache out of fastening fabric, trim, or thin sheet material. Instead of crushing a manual handle hundreds of times a day, you simply line it up, squeeze the trigger, and get a clean, consistent staple. It is a strong pick for upholstery, attaching backers on cabinets, or quick assembly tasks. Steady power means fewer misfires and far less hand fatigue. For repetitive fastening work, this little electric gun is one of those easy, very satisfying upgrades. Number 18. Newdeli Panel Carrier Sheet. Goods are awkward, heavy, and rough on your back. The Newdeli Panel Carrier turns that whole experience around. Rather than bear hugging a sheet of plywood or drywall, you hook on this carrier and lift with a real grip and proper leverage. Suddenly, moving a big panel alone feels safe and manageable instead of risky. That comes in clutch when you are unloading material or shuffling sheets across the shop. It quietly transforms a job that usually needs 2 people into a 1-person task. Number 19. Rotozip Spiral Saw Tool. The Rotozip Spiral Saw Tool feels like a detail cutter with serious muscle behind it. Its spiral bits plunge straight into the material and follow your layout lines, which lets you carve out curves, circles, and odd openings in wood or drywall. It is a top pick for cutting outlet holes, vent slots, or custom shapes without breaking out a heavier saw. The whole experience feels closer to drawing with a powered pen, giving remodelers and creative woodworkers a ton of flexibility and control. Number 20. Ruitool Edge Band Trimmer. After you glue down edge banding, you always have those razor-sharp overhangs to deal with, and the Ruitool Edge Band Trimmer makes that final step painless. Run it along the edge, and it slices the excess flush on both faces at once. No knife wobbles, no accidental gouges, just smooth, factory-style edges in seconds. It is a small and affordable tool, but it has an outsized effect on how your cabinets, shelves, and furniture look when the project is finally done. Number 21. Saker Mini Table Saw. Tiny shop, tiny parts, big possibilities. The Saker Mini Table Saw packs a lot of usefulness into a footprint that does not crowd your bench. It is built for cutting little blanks, model parts, trim, and delicate strips where a full-sized saw feels too aggressive. The smaller blade and lower deck give you a much better feel for detailed cuts. It also tucks away easily when not in use, which is gold in a cramped space. Hobbyists and detail-oriented makers will love it. Number 22. Matework Countersink Drill. The Matework Countersink Drill helps every screw you drive sit flush or sneak slightly below the wood surface for a tidy, finished look. In one smooth motion, it drills your pilot hole and shapes the tapered seat for the screw head. That combo reduces splits in the wood and gives screws a stronger grip. It is perfect for furniture, cabinets, and any build where visible fasteners need to look intentional. Later on, you can even plug or fill the holes for an extra clean finish. Number 23. Konload Draw Shave Knife. The Konload Draw Shave Knife is one of those classic hand tools that quietly proves it still belongs in a modern shop. You pull it toward you to shave wood away, shape gentle curves, or soften rough edges in a hurry. It shines on chair legs, tool handles, and rustic-style projects. The two-handle layout lets you finely control how aggressively the blade bites. Once your hands learn the rhythm, shaping wood with it starts to feel both fast and seriously rewarding. Number 24. Ruitool Hardware. Jig tool. Installing handles, pulls, and knobs across a whole kitchen sounds easy until you start measuring every door and drawer individually. The Ruitool Hardware Jig tool fixes that mess. Set the jig once, then repeat perfectly placed holes across every piece. You get consistent spacing, true alignment, and that crisp designer feel on kitchens and built-ins. It also slices a huge chunk of time off bigger projects. For anyone working on lots of cabinetry, this kind of jig pays for itself fast in both speed and accuracy. Number 25. WETOLS Corner Clamp Set. The WETOLS Corner Clamp Set is all about nailing perfect right angles with minimal stress. 2 boards go in. The clamps hold them at a true 90-degree position, and you can focus on fastening instead of juggling pieces. They are ideal for picture frames, small boxes, drawers, and cabinet corners. Your hands stay free, the joint stays square, and the glue gets the steady time it needs to set. Anyone who has battled drifting corners during assembly will feel real relief using these. Number 26. Rockler Bench Cookies Pads. Rockler Bench Cookies pads look almost too simple, but they pull serious weight in the shop. Drop them under your workpiece, and they grip the bench while also holding your board steady. They also lift your project just enough so blades and router bits can sneak past the edges without chewing up your bench. That means fewer clamp setups and 0 accidental cuts into your workspace. They are especially great for sanding, routing, and finishing small to medium pieces with one hand free. Number 27. Preciva Woodworking Square Ruler. The Preciva Woodworking Square Ruler rolls measuring and marking into one neat package. It helps you set out right angles, repeat exact spacing, and draw clean lines across boards without grabbing a stack of tools. The etched markings tend to stay readable through normal shop use, which matters a lot when accuracy is on the line. Whether you are double-checking that something is square or laying out joinery, this ruler tightens up your process and lifts the overall precision of everything you build. Number 28. GOINGMAKE Miter Gauge. The GOINGMAKE Miter Gauge upgrades your table saw or band saw with much better angle control. Instead of trusting the often wobbly stock gauge, you get a sturdy unit that actually locks in true settings for trim, frames, and compound cuts. The strong fence supports longer workpieces, so you can cut straighter, smoother lines with way less wobble. If your shop time involves a lot of cross-cutting or angled joinery, a serious miter gauge like this can step up your work in a really noticeable way. Number 29. Kreg K4 Pocket Hole. The Kreg K4 Pocket Hole system has earned its reputation for a very simple reason. It works. It makes building strong, hidden screw joints absolutely beginner-friendly. Clamp the board, drill at the preset angle, and connect parts using the matching screws. It crushes it on cabinets, tables, face frames, and almost any shop project. The real magic is how easy it is to pick up while still being plenty capable for advanced builders. It can completely change how you assemble furniture. Number 30. Écarté Biscuit Joiner Tool. The Écarté Biscuit Joiner Tool is all about alignment and added strength on big panel glue ups. It carves clean little slots for biscuits that keep boards flush as the glue cures. That saves you from a lot of stressful sanding later just to smooth out uneven joints. It really comes alive on tabletops, cabinet panels, and wide shelving. The cutting action is fast and satisfying, and it adds a surprising amount of stability to your work. For anyone gluing up larger flat panels, this one is a real keeper. Number 31. XOYO Edge Banding Trimmer. The XOYO Edge Banding Trimmer pushes your plywood projects right up into furniture territory. Every time you apply edge banding, there is a strip of extra material sticking out, and this tool glides along and shaves it perfectly flush without damaging the underlying surface. You finish with smooth, even edges that feel as nice as they look. It is a focused, single-purpose tool, but it does that one job extremely well and can seriously elevate the final look of anything you build with sheet goods. Number 32. Evangi Detail Sander Kit. The Evangi Detail Sander Kit is built for the awkward little corners and tight grooves a normal sander cannot reach. With a pointed pad and a handful of attachments, you can get into trim profiles, edges, and intricate carvings without missing a spot. It is ideal for window frames, decorative pieces, and tiny inside corners on furniture. It strips old finish or smooths fresh work without forcing you to do it all by hand. For restoration or detailed jobs, this little sander saves a serious chunk of time and effort. Number 33. Trend Easy Scribe Tool. The Trend Easy Scribe Tool turns scribing into something that feels actually easy. You glide it along an uneven wall or surface, and it transfers that exact profile right onto your workpiece. Countertops, shelves, and panels can then fit tight against the wall with hardly any visible gap. Installers and trim carpenters lean on this kind of tool, but even weekend DIYers see the difference instantly. Once you experience real scribing instead of guessing and trimming, it is genuinely hard to go back to the old way. Number 34. Titebond 3 Wood Glue. Titebond 3 Wood Glue stays a fan favorite because it is strong, predictable, and very easy to work with. It gives you a longer open time than many standard glues, so you have a real window to align parts before things lock up. It is also water resistant, which makes it a smart pick for cutting boards, picnic table parts, or covered outdoor projects. Joints dry rock hard and sand cleanly, leaving you with reliable, long-lasting connections between your boards. It is simply dependable. Number 35. Crawley Fine Cut Saw Blade. The Crawley Fine Cut Saw Blade is built to leave smoother, cleaner edges with way less tear out. With its higher tooth count and precision grind, it slices through plywood, hardwood, and trim with crisp results that need barely any sanding. That matters a ton on cabinet faces, frame parts, and anything else you actually look at later. A quality blade also makes every cut feel more controlled and predictable. Honestly, swapping in a fine cut blade like this is one of the easiest upgrades you can make. Number 36. Peachtree Thin Rip Jig. The Peachtree Thin Rip Jig is your go-to whenever you need narrow, consistent strips for edge banding, inlays, or bent lamination. Instead of getting your stock pinched between the blade and the fence, this jig lets you safely make those tight rips on the opposite side of the blade. You just shift the fence over until your board kisses the bearing, then run each cut the same. It boosts safety, lifts your accuracy, and seriously speeds up any repetitive, detail-oriented work. Number 37. Sacker Electric Pole Saw. The Sacker Electric Pole Saw makes trimming overhead branches a whole lot easier and a whole lot safer. With its long reach and powered cutting head, you can stay planted on the ground while you tame branches up high. It is great for keeping trees off your shop roof, driveway, or yard without calling in outside help. Going electric means less noise, less fuss, and easier maintenance than a gas-powered version. For woodworkers who also keep their own property tidy, it is a really practical combo tool. Number 38. Trend AnyDoor Hinge Jig Kit. The Trend AnyDoor Hinge Jig Kit erases most of the headache from cutting clean hinge recesses on doors. You set the jig, clamp it down, then run a router with a guide bushing to get consistent, sharp-looking pockets. It works across many door sizes and hinge type, so you are not constantly fiddling with new setups. The result is doors that swing smoothly with hinges that sit flush like a pro hung them. It is especially valuable for remodels or new builds with lots of doors to fit. Number 39. Wen Spiral Thickness Planer. The Wen Spiral Thickness Planer turns rough, uneven lumber into smooth, uniform boards ready for serious furniture or cabinetry. Its spiral cutter head uses lots of small inserts instead of a few long knives, which gives a noticeably cleaner finish and tames wild grain. You can take ugly-looking boards and bring them to a steady thickness with a beautifully smooth face. It is a major upgrade if you like buying rough-sawn lumber and want full creative control over your stock from start to finish. Number 40. Stair Tread Template Tool. The Stair Tread Template Tool makes one of the most frustrating finish carpentry jobs feel manageable. Instead of measuring corners and guessing odd angles, you drop the tool into the stair opening and adjust the arms until they match both walls exactly. Then you trace that shape onto your tread or riser. Each step fits snug on the first try, with way fewer gaps and do-over cuts. For anyone tackling stairs in a remodel or a fresh build, this tool saves real time and real frustration. Number 41. Rapid Cut Pipe Cutting Tool. The Rapid Cut Pipe Cutting Tool comes in handy more than you would expect, especially when your woodworking life crosses paths with dust collection lines or plumbing tweaks. It cleanly slices through plastic or thin metal pipe without crushing or cracking the ends. Cleaner cuts mean faster assembly, tighter joints, and fewer annoying leaks. It is much more pleasant than wrestling with a hacksaw and then sanding rough edges flat. If you are building or tuning a shop dust collection setup, this little cutter quickly proves its worth. Number 42. Foxalien X ePRO Extension Kit. The Foxalien X ePRO extension kit unlocks a whole new size class on your desktop CNC. By stretching the working area, you can take on bigger signs, longer furniture parts, and panel work that would never fit on a stock-sized bed. That opens the door to long engravings, wide inlays, and more ambitious creative ideas. For anyone already running a Foxalien machine, this kit turns your CNC into a far more flexible tool and future-proofs it for whatever your next big project happens to be. Number 43. BOW Bench Belt Sander. The BOW Bench Belt Sander is a true workhorse when you need to shape, smooth, and refine wood quickly. With its belt, and often a matching disc, you can flatten edges, clean up end grain, and tune curves without breaking a sweat. It excels at rounding corners, fitting joinery, and prepping parts for finish. Mounted on a sturdy bench, it stays ready to go whenever you need it. In a lot of shops, a dependable bench sander like this quickly becomes one of the most used tools. Number 44. WorkPro Hose Clamp Pliers. WorkPro Hose Clamp Pliers do not exactly scream woodworking at first glance, but they are gold when you are dealing with dust collection lines and shop vac hoses. They grab and squeeze spring clamps tight, so you can swap, attach, or move hoses without a constant fight. That means quicker tool changes and a far less annoying dust collection setup. Number 45. GRK Angle Pro Deck Tool. The GRK Angle Pro Deck Tool really earns its keep when your woodworking spills out into decks, patios, or outdoor builds. It is designed to drive your boards in at the right angle and spacing, giving you straighter, cleaner deck surfaces. Used with specialized screws, it pulls boards in tight while keeping gaps consistent and even. That cuts down on warped boards and lifts the overall finished look. If you build or repair decks regularly, this tool can speed up the work and add real long-term durability. Number 46. Dustopper PRO Dust Separator. The Dustopper PRO Dust Separator is a huge step up for keeping your shop cleaner and your shop vac happier. It sits between your tools and your vacuum, swirling chips and fine dust into a separate container before they reach your filter. That means stronger suction for longer, far fewer filter cleanings, and way less clogging during heavy use. It really shines when you are sanding hardwoods or running tools that toss off lots of fine dust. Cleaner air and lower maintenance just make every shop session more enjoyable. Number 47. Max XT Random Orbital Sander. The Max XT Random Orbital Sander gives you smooth, swirl-free results on panels, doors, and pretty much any surface you want to look great. Its random pattern dodges those ugly straight line scratches and leaves a much more refined finish. Many models come with adjustable speeds and solid dust collection, so longer sessions stay comfortable. With the right sanding discs, you go from aggressive material removal to silky, smooth finishing in just a few steps. It is one of those tools you reach for almost daily. Number 48. Woodpeckers Folding Saddle Square. The Woodpeckers Folding Saddle Square is a clever little layout helper that wraps around an edge to keep your marks aligned on multiple faces at once. That makes it ideal for setting out joinery, transferring cut lines, or creating tight reference marks across a board. The folding shape stores easily and adapts to a wide range of situations. Accurate layout is the secret behind tight, professional joints, and this tool quietly makes that whole step a lot more reliable and a lot less stressful. Number 49. TORMEC Blackstone Grindstone. The TORMEC Blackstone Grindstone is engineered for serious sharpening on water-cooled systems. It is designed to grind tougher modern steels while still delivering a refined, clean edge on chisels, plain irons, and various blades. Upgrading to a stone like this lets you sharpen quickly while keeping your bevel angle steady and your tools cool. A sharp edge is a safer edge, and the cuts it leaves are simply better. A quality grindstone earns its place every single time you reach for a chisel or plane. Number 50. Dongcheng Orbital Sander. The Dongcheng Orbital Sander is a no-drama, dependable choice for the everyday sanding tasks that pile up in any shop. Its orbital pattern cuts down on visible swirl marks while still hogging off material at a healthy pace. It is great for smoothing out flat surfaces, knocking back sharp edges, and prepping pieces for stain or paint. With the right grit progression, you take rough boards to a clean, ready-to-finish surface without big effort. For a lot of woodworkers, it becomes their daily driver. Number 51. HAUSolution Right Angle Clamp. The HAUSolution Right Angle Clamp makes assembling boxes, frames, and cabinets noticeably easier by locking your pieces at a perfect 90-degree angle while you fasten them. Think of it like a steady third hand, keeping joints square while you drive screws or fire brads. Many versions use stout aluminum bodies with protective pads so you do not bruise your work if your finished projects ever come out a little twisted or out of square. A clamp like this can completely tighten up the whole assembly process. Number 52. DJ710 Dual Spindle Dowel Jointer. The DJ710 Dual Spindle Dowel Jointer delivers strong hidden dowel joints without a huge learning curve. It behaves a lot like a biscuit joiner, but instead of slots, it drills paired dowel holes that boost alignment and rigidity. You make your reference marks, plunge the machine, and you are ready to glue and dowel. It is great on panel glue-ups, cabinet carcasses, and frame builds. For folks who want domino-style joinery on a friendlier budget, this style of tool is genuinely appealing. Number 53. Jorgensen Mini Wood Planer. The Jorgensen Mini Wood Planer is one of those small tools that quietly does a ton of work. It is perfect for smoothing edges, knocking off chamfers, and dialing in tiny adjustments that take a piece from rough to right. You can break sharp shelf edges, clean up end grain, or fine-tune a stubborn joint quickly. Its compact size means single hand control and easy storage in a toolbox. After a few uses, it becomes one of those tools you grab without even thinking. Number 54. Husqvarna Hedgemaster Trimmer. The Husqvarna Hedgemaster Trimmer might not live near your workbench, but it definitely keeps your property sharp. For woodworkers who also care about how their yard and shop surroundings look, this trimmer makes quick work of hedges, shrubs, and shaggy edges. Tidy paths and clean access around your workshop make hauling lumber and finished pieces safer and easier. Plus, if you ever harvest small branches for rustic projects or hand carving practice, having a solid trimmer ready to go is more useful than expected. Number 55. Trend Professional Hinge Jig. The Trend Professional Hinge Jig is built for the kind of door work where precision is non-negotiable. You position it on the door and jamb, then route perfectly sized hinge recesses in the exact spots you need. The payoff is smooth swinging doors with hinges sitting flush and looking factory installed. It is huge on jobs with lots of doors, like a whole house remodel or a custom built-in package. Rather than measuring every hinge from scratch, the jig keeps your work consistent, fast, and reliably accurate. Number 56. Find by Tool Benchtop Planer. The Find by Tool Benchtop Planer takes scrappy, mismatched boards and turns them into clean, uniform stock, ready for proper woodworking. You feed your boards through, and it shaves them down to a consistent thickness, which is the secret to strong, square assemblies. It also lets you buy cheaper rough lumber and dial it in yourself. In a small shop, a benchtop planer is often the missing link between raw material and that polished, real furniture look. Once you have one, it quickly becomes a centerpiece of your build process. Number 57. Stair Tread Gauge Tool. The Stair Tread Gauge Tool is a smart fix for fitting treads and risers into stair openings that are far from perfect. Drop it in, slide the arms until they meet both walls, then transfer that exact width and angle onto your board. Suddenly, stair work, which is notoriously frustrating, has way fewer miscuts and gaps. It also helps with tight alcoves and built-ins where odd angles are the norm. If wonky stair angles have ever beaten you, this tool feels almost like cheating. Number 58. DFM Tool Square Finder. The The DFM tool, Square Finder, gives you a trustworthy way to confirm and set accurate 90-degree angles on every project. It is built to be truly square, so you can rely on it when checking cabinet faces, frames, and even machine setups. You can also reach for it when marking out joinery or laying out fresh layouts on a board. A dependable square is one of those quiet heroes in any shop, and a dedicated square finder like this keeps your parts coming together without surprise gaps. Number 59. Pomser Wood Carving Disc. The Pomser Wood Carving Disc transforms an angle grinder into a beast of a shaping tool for free-form carving and sculpting. It tears material away fast, so you can rough in bowls, seats, or organic shapes in minutes instead of hours of handwork. It demands respect and careful handling, but the satisfaction once you get the feel of it is hard to beat. It is amazing for rustic furniture, live edge slabs, and creative one-off pieces. This disc opens up a whole new dimension. Number 60. Ultra Shear Router Bit. An Ultra Shear Router Bit is engineered to leave an unusually smooth cut, even on tough grain and hardwoods. Thanks to its carefully shaped cutting edge, it slices the wood instead of tearing it, which means cleaner profiles and less sanding to clean up. Whether you are doing edge profiles, joinery cuts, or pattern routing, a high-end bit like this absolutely lifts your results. Router bits are one area where good quality is instantly visible, and an ultra shear style bit shows that difference very clearly. Number 61. KeenTech Reciprocating Saw Blades. KeenTech Reciprocating Saw Blades breathe new life into your Recip saw when you are slicing wood, plastic, embedded nails, or even chunks of metal in old lumber. The right blade transforms demolition and rough cutting from a struggle into a smooth, fast job. They are excellent for breaking down pallets, on-site trimming, and ripping out old framing. For woodworkers, a quality blade set keeps your reciprocating saw ready for anything, from remodel days to the random tough cuts that other tools just cannot handle. Number 62. Teeny U PVC Joiner. The Teeny U PVC Joiner is a small but mighty fitting for building or tweaking dust collection setups, lightweight shop framing, and DIY storage. It connects sections of pipe cleanly without messy glue or sketchy improvised joints. That makes it easy to change your layout, add new branches, or adjust runs later as your shop grows. For woodworkers who enjoy tinkering with custom racks, hose roots, or quick frame projects, dependable joiners like this keep everything tight, leak-free, and easy to modify in the future. Number 63. Works Folding Work Table. The Works Folding Work Table is basically a portable mini workbench that can turn almost any spot into a temporary shop. It snaps open fast, locks rock steady, and often includes built-in clamps or dog holes to hold your work. When you are done for the day, it folds flat and tucks away nicely, which is huge in tight spaces. It is perfect for apartment woodworkers, outdoor projects, or job site work. Having a stable surface wherever you need one matters more than you might think. Number 64. Beam Nova Hinge Jig. The Beam Nova Hinge Jig walks you through drilling clean, accurate hinge holes and recesses for cabinet doors with no complicated math involved. Set it on the door, lock it in place, and let the jig steer your drill into exactly the right spots. That keeps your hinge cups and screw holes identical from door to door, which is essential for tight, even gaps and a unified look. It is a strong pick for kitchen makeovers or any build with lots of doors. Consistency is everything, and this delivers. Number 65. Staxon Stair Template. The Staxon Stair Template makes stair layout and fitting noticeably more precise, especially on those awkward older stairwells. It works as an adjustable pattern that you can shape to match real-world angles and spacing. Then transfer to your stringers or treads. That dials down the usual stair trial and error and helps you build steps that are safer and more comfortable to walk on. It is built to handle repeat use, so if you tackle stairs more than once, it quickly becomes a tool you would never want to lose. Number 66. GOINGMAKE Thin Rip. The GOINGMAKE Thin Rip tool helps you safely cut narrow, repeatable strips on your table saw without crowding the blade. Instead of pinching material in that danger zone between the fence and the blade, this jig lives on the opposite side as a reference stop. Slide your fence over until the board just touches the jig. Then run each cut. It is perfect for inlay strips, edge banding, and other thin work, delivering consistent results while keeping your hands a comfortable distance from the spinning blade. Number 67. BOW Push Shoe Tool. The BOW Push Shoe Tool keeps your fingers far away from harm while you guide stock over a table saw or jointer. The ergonomic handle paired with a grippy base lets you press steady downward and forward pressure without putting your hands near the blade or cutter head. It also helps tug the board tight against the fence for cleaner, straighter cuts. Once a quality push shoe becomes part of your routine, it slides naturally into every cut and makes your time in the shop feel a lot safer. Number 68. EnerTwist Oscillating Multi-Tool. The EnerTwist Oscillating Multi-Tool is a problem solver for the tight, awkward jobs that bigger tools just cannot reach. It can flush cut trim, undercut door jambs for new flooring, scrape stubborn glue, or sand into tiny corners with the right accessory. Its quick oscillation gives you precise control instead of wild kickback or runaway cuts. For woodworkers, it is perfect for fine-tuning installs, making last-minute adjustments, or doing careful demolition. You may not grab it daily, but when you need it, nothing else compares. Number 69. Faitio Cabinet Hinge Jig. The Faitio Cabinet Hinge Jig makes installing concealed hinges on cabinet doors feel almost routine. You drop the jig onto the door, clamp it down, and drill the cup hole and screw holes exactly where they belong. That keeps every door uniform, which is the secret to even gaps and smooth opening doors. It is especially welcome when you are knocking out a full kitchen or a long run of cabinets. Instead of measuring every door from scratch, you simply let the jig handle the repetitive precision work. Number 70. HAUTMEC Variable Jig Saw. The HAUTMEC Variable Jig Saw is a flexible cutting tool that handles curves, straight cuts, and bevels in wood and many other materials. With its variable speed dial, you can slow down for tight detailed cuts or crank it up to quickly slice through stock. It is great for cutting out shapes, fitting countertops, or zipping through quick cuts when you do not want to set up a bigger saw. Match it with the right blade, and it becomes a versatile shop tool you will reach for constantly. Number 71. TICFoam Double-Sided Tape. TICFoam Double-Sided Tape is surprisingly clutch in a wood shop for temporarily anchoring templates, small workpieces, or jigs. Instead of fighting awkward shapes with clamps, you stick a template down, do your routing or cutting, and peel it off cleanly when finished. It is also great for keeping tiny parts in place during sanding or shaping. A solid double-sided tape cuts setup time, frees up clamps for actual clamping, and opens up smarter, more flexible ways to handle the tricky little tasks every shop runs into. Number 72. EZarc Countersink Drill Set. The EZarc Countersink Drill Set lets you drill a pilot hole and shape a clean countersink in one smooth motion. The result is screw heads that sit flush or just below the surface for a crisp finished appearance. It also helps prevent splitting and gives screws stronger bite into the wood. With multiple sizes included, matching the right bit to your screw diameter is easy. This set really comes into its own on furniture, cabinetry, and any project where exposed fasteners should look intentional, not random or rushed. Number 73. CSI Benchtop Band. The CSI Benchtop Band saw delivers the magic of curved cuts and resawing in a footprint that fits a small shop. It is great for gentle curves, ripping smaller boards, and even producing thin shop-made veneers once it is tuned in. The smooth, continuous blade motion feels safer and more refined than handheld saws for detailed cutting. For small shops or newer woodworkers, a benchtop band saw like this cracks open a whole new range of project possibilities without forcing you to find space for a giant floor model. Number 74. FOTYBEI Wood Carving Bits. FOTYBEI wood carving bits turn your rotary tool or die grinder into a compact carving station. With different shapes and profiles, you can sculpt hollow, and texture wood in ways that would take forever with hand tools alone. They are great for signs, relief carvings, decorative edges, or adding character to furniture pieces. Because they remove material quickly, a light touch and a bit of practice go a long way. If you enjoy weaving artistic detail into your woodwork, these bits are a fun, accessible way to push your designs further. Number 75. Micro Jig Gur Ripper Push Block. The Micro Jig Gur Ripper Push Block is a serious safety and control upgrade for table saws, router tables, and jointers. Its adjustable legs straddle the blade or bit so your hands stay safely back while still pressing the workpiece firmly down. It applies downward, inward, and forward pressure all at once, which leads to cleaner cuts and far less kickback. It really shines when ripping narrow stock or shaping small parts. A lot of woodworkers consider it one of the most important safety tools they have ever bought. Number 76. BOW GuidePRO Safety Block. The BOW GuidePRO Safety Block is another smart tool focused on protecting your hands while you cut. Its high friction base grips the workpiece, so you can guide it smoothly over saws or jointers using a comfortable raised handle. The design keeps your fingers safely above and behind the blade or cutter. It really shines during long rips, edge jointing, or face flattening where steady, even pressure matters most. Once a dedicated safety block earns its spot in your routine, every cut just feels more relaxed and more confident. Number 77. Clark Dovetail Marker Tool. The Clark Dovetail Marker Tool helps you lay out classic dovetail joints with consistent angles and clean spacing. Instead of freehanding or guessing, you place the marker on your board and trace the tails or pins precisely. That keeps your layout tidy, predictable, and easy to repeat, which is huge for hand-cut joinery. It is a simple tool, but it does wonders for confidence whether you are learning dovetails or just trying to mark out faster. Good layout is the backbone of strong joinery, and this makes it easier. Number 78. Hongdui Measuring Gauge. The Hongdui Measuring Gauge is a versatile layout and measuring tool that helps you mark offsets, depths, and distances on your projects in a few quick moves. Use it to set even reveals, measure router bit heights, or quickly check material thickness. Many versions feature clear, high-contrast markings and smooth sliding parts that lock in tight. A dedicated gauge like this means fewer back-and-forth trips to the tape measure and far more accurate, repeatable setups. It is the kind of tool that quietly smooths out every job. Number 79. Lathant Scribing Pencil. The Lathant Scribing Pencil is purpose-built for copying shapes and gaps from walls or uneven surfaces onto your workpiece. It typically has an adjustable offset and a sharp, easy-to-see line, so you can clearly mark exactly where the cut belongs. Run it along the surface, and the contour transfers straight onto your board or countertop. That makes trim, shelves, and panels fit tight with way fewer obvious gaps. For anyone tired of fighting with wavy walls, a good scribing pencil feels like a quiet superpower. Number 80. Trend Countertop Scribing. The Trend Countertop Scribing tool is engineered specifically to help you fit countertops snug against walls that are anything but straight. Set your desired offset, glide it along the wall, and watch it leave an accurate cut line right on your countertop blank. From there, you trim the piece to match the wall instead of relying on rough measurement. The payoff is a cleaner, more professional fit with very little visible gap or caulk needed. For serious kitchen or built-in work, this kind of tool is a must. Number 81. Inequalite Mini Circular Saw. The Inequalite Mini Circular Saw is the perfect pick for those cuts where a full-size circular saw feels way too clunky or aggressive. Its compact body gives you sharper visibility and better control on thin boards, trim, and panel work. It is especially useful for breaking down sheet goods to manageable sizes or making cuts in tight, awkward spaces. Pair it with a straight edge or guide, and the accuracy is surprisingly good. For DIY ears and small shop woodworkers, this little saw is an easy, comfortable, everyday option. Number 82. Evald Dowel Jig Kit. The Evald Dowel Jig Kit makes drilling perfectly aligned dowel holes feel almost foolproof. Clamp the jig onto your boards, and the bushings guide your drill bit to the exact spot and angle every time. That means both halves of your joint line up cleanly, when you slide in glue and dowels. It is a smart system for shelves, frames, and cabinet boxes where hidden dowel joinery looks cleaner than visible screws. Kits like this usually come with multiple sizes, giving you real flexibility across different jobs. Number 83. Masca Pocket Hole Jig. The Masca Pocket Hole Jig is another strong player in the pocket hole world, offering quick, easy, hidden screw joints. Clamp the jig, drill the angled holes, and use matching screws to pull boards together tight. It is a top choice for cabinets, face frames, and casual furniture projects you need to finish without a long setup. Many users love its sturdy construction and helpful adjustments that fine-tune for different stock thicknesses. If you enjoy the Kreg style system, this jig will feel familiar, comfortable, and very capable. Number 84. Saker Scribing T-Square. The Saker Scribing T-Square blends the classic shape of a T-square with smart features for copying and transferring irregular lines. You glide it along an edge while staying perfectly registered, and it lets you mark parallel lines or follow contours with confidence. It is a fantastic helper when fitting panels, scribing cut lines, or laying out big boards. Because it stays square to your reference edge, every mark stays consistent and clean. It is a clever take on a classic tool that really stands out during finish and install work. Number 85. BGASNW Bench Dogs Clamp. The BGASNW Bench Dogs Clamp set turns any workbench with dog holes into a flexible modular clamping system. Drop the dogs into the holes, position your workpiece against them, and use the matching clamp to lock everything down. Your bench top stays clear of long clamp bars, so repositioning for sanding, routing, or planing feels effortless. It is especially handy for big panels, doors, and tabletops. Once you settle into bench dog clamping, your workbench transforms into something far more versatile and much more enjoyable to use. Number 86. All-Way Contour Scraper. The All-Way Contour Scraper is built for cleaning up paint, finish, or glue from spots where sandpaper just cannot follow the shape. Its specially formed blades hug moldings, profiles, and curves, so you can remove material without flattening the details you carefully built. It gives you tight control, letting you scrape exactly where needed instead of blasting through everything. For refinishing furniture, restoring trim, or cleaning glue squeeze out at corners, this scraper turns into one of those silent, dependable problem solvers in the shop. Number 87. Fractal Mini Vise Clamp. The Fractal Mini Vise Clamp is a compact holding solution made for small parts, delicate pieces, and detail-focused work. It grips your work firmly so you can sand, carve, drill, or file with both hands free and steady. Its small footprint and adjustable design let you rotate or angle your piece for the best access without straining. It is perfect for model makers, fine woodworkers, or anyone working with tiny components. Having a solid mini vise close at hand really takes the stress out of precision work. Number 88. NICPRO Carpenter Pencil Set. The NICPRO Carpenter Pencil Set hands you a stack of tough, easy-to-spot marking tools that thrive in real shop conditions. These pencils stay readable on rough lumber and plywood, where standard pencils tend to fade or snap. Many kits include sharpeners or mechanical-style holders, so a clean point is always ready to go. Cleaner marks lead to more accurate cuts and fewer little mistakes. It is a low-cost, high-impact upgrade that quietly keeps your workflow smooth from initial layout to the final cuts. Number 89. Good Nailer Framing Nailer Tool. The Good Nailer Framing Nailer Tool brings serious speed and power to bigger framing-style projects. Instead of swinging a hammer for hours, you can frame walls, build shop additions, or assemble large outdoor structures in a fraction of the time. It drives nails cleanly and consistently, keeping joints tight and rigid. For woodworkers who also build sheds, decks, or do framing, a reliable nailer turns heavy, exhausting tasks into something efficient and downright fun. It is a tool that completely changes how you tackle big builds. Number 90. Franklin Sensors Stud Finder. The Franklin Sensors Stud Finder helps you locate studs behind drywall with real confidence, so anchoring cabinets, shelves, or French cleats does not turn into a guessing game. With multiple sensors, it picks up both stud edges and centers more reliably than older beeping models. That means fewer wrong holes and heavy projects that actually stay where you put them. Whether you are hanging shop storage or installing built-ins around the house, a trustworthy stud finder makes the whole process noticeably smoother and far less stressful. Number 91. Rockler Parallel Clamp Set. The Rockler Parallel Clamp Set is a serious game-changer for glue-ups where flatness really matters. The jaws stay parallel through every twist of the handle, applying even pressure across the whole workpiece instead of warping or bowing it. The result is tighter joints, flatter panels, and a lot less correction work after the glue dries. They are especially valuable on tabletops, cabinet doors, and large frames. Once you use a quality set of parallel clamps, you understand instantly why so many woodworkers absolutely swear by them. Thanks for sticking with us all the way through 91 cool woodworking tools on Amazon. Wood tools for woodworkers. Hopefully you spotted some powerful woodworking tools, clever workshop gadgets, and creative gear that can push your projects to a whole new level. From precision cutting tools to sanding, measuring, and carving must-haves, these Amazon picks are perfect for full-time woodworkers and weekend DIY enthusiasts alike. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more woodworking tool reviews, workshop upgrades, and Amazon gadget roundups. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload.